Hi everybody. With the cobbled classics behind us, yesterday the Brabantse Pijl started the window of hill classics, and this Sunday, April the 16th, brings us the Amstel Gold Race, taking the riders over 253 km from Maastricht to Bergen ter Blijt in the only part of the Netherlands that isn't flat, featuring amongst others the Kouberg. In total, there's over 3,000 meters of climbing. Here's an overview of the winners of the final 10 editions, with Gasparotto, Kwiatkowski and Philippe Gilbert managing to win the race twice in this window. With the finish no longer on the Kouberg, we see a mix of rider types taking the win here. Classics riders, puncheurs and climbing types all tend to be in the mix, making this a tough one to call. In the last 10 years, 2 editions have been won solo by Kreuziger in 2013 and Gilbert in 2014. 2015 saw 17 riders battling it out and 2019 10 riders. All the other editions were decided in a sprint of 2 or 3 riders. We have only one former winner lining up, Mikhail Kwiatkowski, who won the race in 2015 and 22. And there's some riders with an above average number of top 10 finishes compared to their starts taken. Drawing my particular attention are Maximilian Schachmann, Thomas Pidcock and Alexander Kamp. So here's a long list of riders to watch in my opinion. At Alpecin, Kragh Andersen doesn't seem to have carried his early season form, so I'm going with Quinten Hermans instead. At Jumbo-Visma, Benoot, third here last year, must be the man to watch, with Valter being a dangerous client as well. Instead of preparing calmly for the Tour, Pogačar wants to race and tick some boxes on his bingo card, and we all know that when he lines up, he's in it for the win. At Movistar, Aramburu has been flirting with the top 10 here on his 2 earlier participations, so he's certainly one to watch. At Bahrain, both Mohoric and Bilbao are dangerous clients. Trek is lining up with a bunch of riders who can do well here, such as Mollema and Skuns. One I'll be watching though is Kjelmose. I expect Madouas to be the strongman at FDJ. He's done well here in the past, and his second place in the Strade earlier this year will have given him confidence. Only Pidcock did better at the Strade, and the parcours of the Gold Race should suit him too. Nielsen Paulus is the man to watch at EF. I also like Pascal Eenkorn at Lotto Destiny, who looked very strong in the Brabantse Pijl and who'd be more than happy to show his national colours here. Israel Premier Tech is lining up with a bunch of riders having the potential to do well here. Michael Woods, who showed good form in the Volta Ciclista a Catalunya, yet also Simon Clark, second here in 2019, and Dylan Teuns and Corbin Strong are worth keeping an eye on. At Jaiko Alula, I'll be watching Sobrero, who was very solid in the Basque Country. At Arkea, Barguil did not impress during the Brabantse Pijl. On the contrary, Champoussin rode a good Basque Country. He's the one to watch, in my opinion. The same goes for Zinglé at Cofidis, who also rode a strong Brabantse Pijl, and Bardet at DSM, who came in 9th here on his last participation in 2019. Finally, at Soudal Quickstep, I expect Schmidt to try and turn the team's classics fortune. At Bora, Schachmann doesn't seem to be on point yet. Both Higuita and Schelling won a stage at the Basque Country though, so they're safer picks in my opinion, despite Schachmann's top 10 track record at this race. Cosnefroid tried to blow the Brabantse Pijl to pieces, yet mainly ran into himself, recovering in the later parts of the race to ride onto the podium. And in my book, the same goes for Rui Costa, who showed some stellar form earlier this year. He's not been confirming in the Basque Country, yet I have this feeling he may surprise in a one-day event. Finally, when you're looking for an outsider, Alexander Kamp at Tudor must be your man. He came in 6th here last year, and he's in good form, as proven by another top 10 place at yesterday's Brabantse Pijl. Here's the betting odds at the time of recording, with Pogačar the outright favourite. And also in my book, Pogačar is the only 4-star man. Pidcock and Paulus get 3 stars. Benoot, Mohoric and Madouas get 2 stars. Bilbao, Cosnefroid, Sobrero and Higuita each get 1 star. I expect Pogačar to go solo with a bunch of my other 3 and 2-star favourites chasing behind, yet failing. So I expect Pogačar to add Amstel Gold Race to his palmarès ahead of Pidcock and Paulus. Thanks for watching and see you next week for La Flèche Wallonne and Liège-Bastogne-Liège.